This video is to walk you through the steps of inspecting your Hampton Bay 54-inch Mara ceiling fan for a potential manufacturing defect where the fan blades could detach during operation, posing a safety risk. If you identify any defect during the inspection of your fan, please discontinue use and contact us immediately. First, let's confirm that you have a 54-inch Mara ceiling fan. This fan was sold exclusively at the Home Depot in the US and Canada from April 2020 through October 2020 and was offered in matte black, matte white, and polished nickel finishes, as shown here. It has 5 blades that clip into the fan housing, a remote control, and a color-changing LED light kit. You can also look at the top of the fan motor housing for the rating label and the model 54-INDO. Now that we've confirmed you have the Mara ceiling fan, let's walk through the inspection steps. But before we do, please turn off power to the fan at the switch or breaker. It is not necessary to uninstall the ceiling fan from the ceiling. For each blade, grasp the blade and attempt to move it back and forth within the fan body. When installed properly, there should be no movement between the blades and the fan body. Avoid moving the blades up and down to prevent damage to the blades. Look for any uneven gaps between the blade and motor assembly as shown here. If any blade movement or uneven gaps between the blades and fan body are identified, please discontinue use of the fan and contact us. Remove the light kit from the fan by pulling the magnetic light kit pan down. Disconnect the wires from the light kit assembly from the wires from the fan motor assembly by pulling the molded adapter plugs apart. Disconnect the safety cable of the light kit assembly from the hook on the motor assembly. For each blade clip, check that both screws are in place and not cross-threaded. To identify a cross-threaded screw, you may use your finger or an index card to locate any gaps between the screw head and the blade clip as shown here. A properly installed screw will have no gap between the screw head and the blade clip. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, ensure that all 10 blade clip screws are completely tightened. Avoid using power tools to prevent damage. By hand, attempt to wiggle each blade clip to ensure it is secure with no movement. If you identify any issues with the security of the blade clips, missing or loose blade clip screws, strip screws, or any cross-threaded screws, please discontinue use of the fan and contact us. Reconnect the safety cable on the light kit to the hook on the motor housing. Reconnect the wires from the light kit to the wires from the motor housing by snapping the wire connectors together. Carefully tuck the wires into the fan body and reattach the light kit by pushing it up to the motor housing and engaging the magnets to secure it in place. Reconfirm that each blade is properly installed by gently pulling the blade away from the fan body. If a blade comes out, push the blade back in until the blade clip fully engages. You may hear an audible clip when the clip engages. Once again, grasp each blade and attempt to pull and move it back and forth within the fan body. There should be no movement of the blades when installed properly. If there is any movement between the blades in the fan body, please discontinue use of the fan and contact us. This concludes the inspection of your 54-inch Mara ceiling fan. If you have completed all the steps and confirmed that your fan does not have any of these defects, please reconnect power to the fan and continue to operate as normal. If you have identified an issue or had difficulty with any of these steps, please discontinue use of your fan and contact us immediately. If a defect was identified, you can watch our other video on the steps to obtain a replacement ceiling fan.